Hey everyone, welcome back to Motor Travel, the channel where it's all about motorbike, travel and adventure. Let's talk about how I keep myself warm this winter, right after this. If you ride your bike all year around, you know yourself, it's very difficult to keep yourself warm over the winter period. We all know the old trick, layer your garment and adjust it as you go along. Well, it's not so easy when you're on your motorbike, isn't it? You start riding, then you get cold, you put more clothing on. You keep on riding and you suddenly start getting a bit hot and bothered and you start sweating on the inside, what is really not a good thing to do. So you have to stop and take another layer off and so on and so on. Be honest, it's a pain in the backside. I upgraded this year to a heated jacket, and let me tell you, it makes all the difference. The problem with getting cold is it creeps up on you. You're concentrated riding along, and then suddenly you feel the cold all over your body. It starts with your feet and with your hands. It goes through the gloves, up the arm, and then the rest of your torso. For whatever reason, you don't feel so much the cold in your legs. But when you feel the cold creeping in from everywhere, it is pretty much too late and it's very difficult to get warm again. So let me show you how I changed my clothing over for this winter season. The first thing I did, I invested in a onesie. You know, the first layer is the most important one. It wicks away the moisture from your skin and keeps you dry. Keeping dry is the most essential thing when you're riding your motorbike, especially in the cold, because this is where you're really prone to hypothermia. I choose the onesie over the usual two-piece because it keeps you covered as all time. It doesn't matter if you work, if you move around, a onesie is a onesie, there's just no gaps. Another good point is when you layer your clothes, because you have no seams who lay on top of each other, it's just less irritation on your body. There's one thing you have to keep in mind when you buy a onesie, make sure it opens from the bottom up as well as from the top to the bottom, because you can find yourself in a very difficult situation. On top of the onesie, I wear this time around my Halverson's undergarment, what I really ride all year around. So for me, that is it. On my legs, my onesie and these. Under my motorbike jacket, I usually wore the top half of my undergarment, a thin jumper, and when it was really cold, a thick jumper. On my hands, I had my BMW EnduroGuard gloves, and for my boots, well, it all depends which boots I'm wearing, but normally I had like 2 pairs of socks inside the boots. So I had plenty of stuff to wear, and that is the problem. You know, eventually it gets to you. It doesn't matter how much clothing you wear, you get cold. Because you don't move on your motorbike, you just sit there and drive along. And when you concentrate on the traffic, you really even don't feel the cold creeping in. And when you feel cold, you know yourself, it is very difficult to get warm. I had enough of this. There has to be a different way. And this when I thought I get myself a heated jacket. So today it was the first trip with my new Case heated jacket. And let me tell you, it was an absolute game changer. This jacket is so warm that I actually only had it on the minimum settings and I was warm as toast. All the way for about 2 hours. My hand felt warm, my feet felt warm, my whole body felt warm. And that's completely different experience to the one I normally have when I'm out in cold weather. I had that recommended by a friend. He actually only wears the body warmer, so without arms, but after I was thinking about this whole process, I think the best deal you can do is get yourself the full jacket, and here is why. The body always tries to keep himself warm. All the clothing we're wearing is only to protect the heat radiating away from the body. It doesn't add anything to it. So the body is the only heat source we have. I realized I need a full jacket when I was riding last time on my motorbike. In my experience, my upper arms are always the first thing who gets really cold, because obviously they are really exposed because I have no windshield in front of me, and the wind chill cools down that area of my body first. So having cold arms, I ended up with cold hands. Even I had muffs on my bike, it didn't help much. Eventually my hands got really cold. Now, I'd be very straight, I've been on the motorbike for 2 hours and about 4 degrees today, and my whole body from top to bottom felt super warm. I did not have cold feet and I didn't have cold hands. I put it all down to the jacket, because obviously my body is nice and warm and the warm blood gets pumped around everywhere, so no problems with hands and no problems with cold feet. One great feature of the jacket is you also have a heated collar, and let me tell you, in a weather like that, that is absolutely marvelous. Wearing the heated jacket has also another massive benefit. I don't need all of this anymore, so my ride is way more comfortable. The jacket itself is a protective layer, so all I'm wearing is my onesie, the jacket and my motorbike jacket on top. That's all I need. Powering the jacket, easy. I connected with the included wiring harness straight to my motorbike. If you have a smaller bike, check out with your manufacturer if you have enough power in the alternator to allow connecting a heated jacket or any heated garment full stop. They take a lot of power, so make sure your motorbike is up to it. Any bigger motorbike, there's no problem, but if you have something like in the region of a 250cc, that could be a bit tricky. This jacket alone pulls 7 amps, and that is a lot of power. Let's just summarize why I'm so made up with my heated jacket. First of all, super comfortable. Second, warm. Third, I don't need all the layers. That is good enough for me. Yes, it's a bit of an investment, but on the other hand, I bought more ridiculous stuff for my motorbike, what I never used again. With a lifetime warranty on that particular garment, I'm more than happy to splash out that money. Just one thing to remember, do not plug in your jacket when your engine is not running. This jacket pulls about 7 amps, what is the equivalent of 66 watts, what is a lot of power. A jacket like that, left on your motorbike plugged in, will drain your battery in no time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon below so you don't miss anything. Leave a comment in the comment section below or ask me any question. I promise you I will always answer. Until next time guys, whatever you do, ride safe.